There are only a handful of roller coasters with a height taller than 300 feet or 91 meters. Also called a Giga coaster, these 300-foot monsters are typically the best attraction in parks lucky enough to have one. Between the years 2000 and 2020, the Legacy Cedar Fair chain added 5 of these massive coaster types. The first 2 of these Giga coasters were both manufactured by Intamin Amusement Rides, Millennium Force at Cedar Point, and Pantherian, formerly Intimidator 305 at Kings Dominion. Both coasters are standout attractions at their respective parks. Millennium has won multiple golden tickets for the world's best steel roller coaster, and Pantherian is widely considered the world's most intense roller coaster, making it a must-ride for coaster enthusiasts. Millennium Force and Pantherian are amazing roller coasters, and they both showcase just how innovative Intamin really is as a coaster manufacturer. Which of these 2 Intamin coasters is better, though? Find out in this coaster fight between Millennium Force and Pantherian. In the year 2000, Cedar Point wanted to push the boundaries of roller coaster design further than any roller coaster in the world. What manufacturer more perfect for the job than Intamin, the company known for its constant innovation? When it opened, Millennium Force held the records for the tallest and fastest full-circuit roller coaster in the world. While Nagashima Spa Land's Steel Dragon 2000, which opened later that same year, claimed its height and speed records, Millennium Force remains one of the world's tallest roller coasters at a height of 310 feet, fastest with a top speed of 93 miles per hour, and longest with a track length just under 6,600 feet. From 2000 to 2010, Millennium was North America's only Giga coaster. That all changed in 2010 when Kings Dominion opened Intimidator 305, now known as Pantherian. While Pantherian did not break any roller coaster records, Intamin took the ride's experience to the extreme. Intamin combined the height and speed of Millennium with the rapid-fire, snappy transitions of another one of its roller coasters, Maverick, to create one of, if not the most intense roller coasters in the world. Pantherian rips through its 5,100-foot-long layout at a top speed of 90 miles an hour. While Millennium is taller, faster, and longer than Pantherian, both coasters' ride experiences could not be more different. When it comes to Intamin roller coasters, there are 2 things that most, if not all of them have: airtime and positive G-forces, and Millennium and Pantherian are no exception. Both coasters have great moments of airtime and forces, though each coaster has varying amounts of both. Millennium Force's airtime is good for early 2000s Intamin. The first drop gives amazing floater airtime the entire way down its 300-foot height, and the 2 large camelback airtime hills have some nice floater airtime going over them. Millennium even throws in a great ejector airtime pop towards the end of the ride, which is absolutely amazing while sitting in the very back row. Like Millennium, Pantherian has some nice airtime moments, though Pantherian's airtime is much, much more aggressive. Pantherian's first drop is great, especially while sitting in the very back row. You get some great flow ejector airtime as you whip down into it. Where Pantherian's airtime differs from Millennium's, though, is the strength of it. Pantherian's first camelback airtime hill gives sustained ejector airtime over the entire hill. The strength of this single airtime moment is stronger than any airtime moment on Millennium. It really is quite impressive. After the first camelback airtime hill, Pantherian throws in a nice ejector speed hill, followed by rapid fire transitions, which give strong lateral airtime. These laterals feel just like Mavericks, though at a much faster speed. While the last 2 camelback airtime hills do not give as much ejector airtime as the first camelback hill, they give strong floater airtime. In terms of sheer power, Pantherian's airtime is much stronger than Millennium's. While Pantherian's airtime is much more powerful, Millennium's airtime is much more noticeable because of the T-bar restraints. In fact, those T-bars make Millennium's airtime feel crazier since they are so minimalistic. That said, when you are actually able to notice its airtime, Pantherian has the better overall airtime, though Millennium has the better first drop, especially since you have those T-bar restraints, which are amazing. While you can make an argument that Millennium's airtime is just as good, if not better than Pantherian's, Pantherian has the stronger overall G-forces. It is arguably the most intense roller coaster in the world for a reason. Pantherian literally tries to throw you every which way over its 5,100-foot track length. Its forces are the reason why it has over-the-shoulder restraints instead of lap or T-bars. While Pantherian's forces are better than Millennium's, there are a couple of things worth highlighting about both coasters' forces. When it comes to positive G-forces, Millennium and Pantherian have two of the strongest first elements on any roller coaster. After Millennium's first drop, you fly up into a large overbanked turn, which has such strong positive G-forces that you may actually gray out as you go through it. While this overbank is not as strong as Pantherian's first low-to-the-ground turn before the first Camelback Airtime hill, it is still a strong moment. In addition to the first overbank, Millennium's other overbank turns pull some great positive G-forces coming off of them while sitting in the very back row. These moments show that Millennium is not forceless. Nonetheless, Pantherian takes the airtime and forces category. When it comes to each coaster's most memorable moment, there are a few to choose from for each. For Millennium, the most memorable moments have to be its first drop, the first overbank turn, and that last ejector speed hill towards the end of the ride. The large 2 Camelback Airtime hills are also nice, though these 3 are Millennium's standout moments. Of those 3, Millennium's ejector speed hill may just be the best. You get a nice airtime pop across the train while going over this speed hill. Millennium's first drop is awesome, though you experience the first drop the best while sitting in the very back row. For Pantherian, the most memorable moments are that first low-to-the-ground banked turn after the first drop, the first sustained ejector airtime-filled Camelback Airtime hill, and that last snappy transition before climbing up into the final brake run. Among those 3, it is hard to choose just one. They all have such amazing forces on them. That said, the intensity of that first turn may be the most memorable moment given its gray-out-inducing sustained positive G-forces. Between Millennium Speed Hill and Pantherian's first bank turn, Pantherian's first bank turn is just so insane. Thus, Pantherian takes the most memorable moment category as well. When it comes to intensity, there is no question that Pantherian is the more intense of the two. While Millennium is a speed machine that flies and floats through its layout, Pantherian is genuinely a test of what the human body can handle. And that is after King's Dominion reprofiled the first turn, which was much more intense than it is now. While Pantherian is the more intense ride, Millennium's restraints are easily the better of the two. Going over 90 miles per hour and getting that much airtime with only a T-bar, which is more minimalistic and open than a Bolliger and Maillard clamshell restraint, is insane. While there is also a seatbelt, Millennium's T-bar restraints combined with its open-air train design genuinely make certain elements, like the first drop, feel even crazier than they really are. While Millennium's T-bars are better though, Pantherian's over-the-shoulder restraints are necessary for its ride experience. When it comes to pacing, Intamin roller coasters definitely need time to warm up. Pantherian and Millennium are no exception. Once both coasters have warmed up though, it really depends on what you are looking for in a ride experience as to which coaster has the better overall pacing. On a hot summer day, Millennium has some great pacing throughout its layout. That said, Millennium's layout does the ride a slight injustice since it is relatively simple. Pantherian's layout is much more dynamic. Those rapid-fire snappy transitions give some amazing lateral airtime pops even on days where it is not running as fast. While the trim brake on the second Camelback Airtime hill can sap some of the train's momentum, especially when you do not have a full train, it is necessary for that final snappy transition before the final brake run. Thus, Pantherian has the better overall pacing of the two coasters. While Pantherian has a better overall ride experience, Millennium is the more re-rideable of the two. Just like the Bolliger and Maillard Gigas, Millennium is incredibly easy to lap over and over again. Though it is harder to do if you go to Cedar Point on a busy day and do not have Fastlane Plus. You will not encounter that crowding issue with Pantherian, though the ride's intensity does take a lot out of you, especially if you are dehydrated. Among the two, Millennium's more graceful ride experience makes it a better candidate for all-day marathons. As to setting, Millennium Force takes this category easily over Pantherian. Millennium is the second tallest roller coaster at Cedar Point, an amusement park literally on a peninsula in a Great Lake. You simply cannot beat the spectacular views of Lake Erie while going up Millennium's lift hill. In addition to its geographic location, Millennium has a layout that flies over and through trees and tunnels. Unlike Millennium, which has an incredible setting, Pantherian is located essentially in a lightly wooded field in rural Virginia. Comparatively, Pantherian's setting just cannot stack up to Millennium's. While its setting is much better than Pantherian's, Millennium is not nearly as well themed as Pantherian. Millennium Force opened in the year 2000 and thus is loosely themed to the turn of the century, and that theming is more stylized than actual. While Pantherian was originally themed to Dale Earnhardt, the NASCAR driver, when it was I-305, it now has a Panther Jungle Temple theme, which ties it into the rest of the Jungle X section of King's Dominion. And Jungle Expedition is easily the best themed section of any non-Universal, non-Disney park out there. And Pantherian's large Panther Temple themed plaza definitely gives it the edge over Millennium's. Aside from each coaster's ride experience and theming, there are a few additional things to mention about these two amazing rides. First, while it has a loose turn-of-the-century theme, Millennium has its own soundtrack, which fits in with its theme. This theme song plays in the station in between cycles, which is actually quite cool. Second, Millennium's dispatch sequence is much more elaborate than Pantherian's. As a train dispatches on Millennium, the theme song stops, the lights on the station ceiling change colors, and a short voiceover audio comes on before the train rockets up the lift hill to begin the ride. While Pantherian also has a dispatch sequence, which now includes a panther's growl and some jungle music, Millennium's is just a little bit better. Finally, this coaster fight would not be complete without mentioning each coaster's night ride. Both coasters have awesome night rides. Millennium's ride experience is actually enhanced considerably at night. Since there is very little light during both coasters' layouts, you generally have no idea where you are going. While Pantherian feels even more intense at night, Millennium's setting makes the ride experience feel like you are falling into the abyss right before flying into the night. It really is an awesome sensation. As the world's only Intamin traditional lift hill Giga coasters, Millennium Force and Pantherian are certainly unique. While they are both 300 feet tall, both coasters cannot be more different. One is floaty and graceful, while the other is powerful and aggressive. Both coasters definitely deserve the recognition that they have received over the years, though there can only be one winner, and that winner is Pantherian. Pantherian is a powerhouse. While it has not received the same widespread recognition from the general public as Millennium Force, Pantherian is a phenomenal roller coaster. Intamin certainly pushed some boundaries with Pantherian, combining the height and speed of Millennium with the snappy transitions of Maverick to make easily one of the best and most intense roller coasters in the world. So, let us know in the comments below which Intamin Giga you think is the better of the two. For more in-depth comments about both of these coasters, check out our full-length reviews, which are linked in the description below. And if you enjoyed this video or are new to the channel, please like and subscribe for more coaster content like this. Thank you for watching, and stay tuned for more coaster comparisons and amusement park content coming soon to Coaster Adventures, and we hope to see you in the next one.